Hello friends, today I'm gonna show you how to make wild turmeric soap with coconut oil, olive oil, wild turmeric and honey. Here I'm using coconut oil 59 grams, olive oil 39 grams, wild turmeric which is 1 gram, honey which is also 1 gram, and the next ingredient is essential oil. Here I am using frankincense essential oil, but you can also use fragrance oil. But in order to make 100% organic soap, you have to choose essential oil. And this is the next ingredient, which is distilled water. You can buy distilled water from Amazon or any cosmetic stores. Don't choose normal water for soap making. And the next and most important ingredient is lye, which is also known as sodium hydroxide. So let's move on to soap making process, right? The first step is dissolving lye in the distilled water. In order to make this process, you have to wear gloves, mask, and if you have eye goggles, that would be better. Gently add lye into the water. If you are using high quality lye, it will take around 2 to 3 minutes to completely dissolve. Stir slowly, don't be hurry. If it dissolves completely, keep it aside for some time, allow it to cool. If you have thermometer, you can monitor the temperature. But if you don't have thermometer, no problem. You can touch the bottom of the container. If it is still hot, you can keep it aside for some times and allow it to cool again. If we mix cool lye with our oils, it will turn to soap and glycerin by a process called saponification. Now let's mix coconut oil and olive oil. We have coconut oil 59 grams and olive oil 39 grams. Just add both oils into the bowl. It's time to add honey now, which is 1 gram. Then add wild turmeric, which is also 1 gram. Then stir continuously using a spatula. When all ingredients are mixed well, use a hand blender for further mixing. Blend well with hand blender and make sure that all ingredients are mixed together. In that time, let me introduce the essential tools for the soap making. First one is weighing scale, which is very important in soap making. The next is spatula, which is also very important. The next is hand blender. If you are using hand blender, it quickly blends oils and lye, which will reduce the time to reach trays compared to manual stirring. Once it reaches the trays, we will pour into soap mold. So soap mold is also an essential tool for soap making. And this is infrared thermometer, which will monitor the temperature of the lye solution. If you don't have thermometer, for small batches you can simply touch the bottom of the container to check whether it is cool or hot. If it is still hot, just keep it aside for some time and allow it to cool again. Now it's time to mix lye solution with oils. Use a strainer for this process and gently pour lye into the oils. Gently stir using spatula. Still we have one more ingredient, which is essential oil, which we'll add once it reaches the trays. Now use a hand blender to blend oils and lye. Now it reaches the tray, so we can add essential oil. After adding essential oil, don't use hand blender, always use spatula for stirring. Now we can add the mixture into our soap mold. We can demold this after 24 to 48 hours. Gently tap the soap mold. This will help to avoid forming air bubbles inside the mixture. Now we can demold the soap from the mold. Cold process soap needs time to undergo a process called curing after it's demolded. While the soap might look solid the next day, it's still very high in moisture and may be too soft for proper use. The curing period, which typically lasts 4 to 6 weeks, allows the soap to harden, the excess water to evaporate, and the saponification process to complete. This results in a bark that is harder, long-lasting, and milder on the skin. Using the soap too early can result in a soft that dissolves quickly and might not lather well.